my name's Kelly Schackel, and for my final presentation of AP Biology, I'm here to reflect on my WordPress website, Kelly Shackle's Adventures with AP Biology, and my experiences and how it has changed from the start of school in August to now in June. So starting with content, in this year I've learned so much about biology. We have started off the first semester learning about the characteristics of life, viruses, molecular movement, metabolism, cycles of life, cell communication, and reproduction and inheritance. Getting to the second semester, though, the team went through genetics, biotechnology, evolution, and life organized. I reflected on these topics in both my blog posts, which are listed here, and my investigation posts. And I have learned so much and realized how the true the statement is that everything is connected. So starting out in my homepage, we have a AP Biology creative intro from the beginning of the year, then a reflection from the end of the year on my entire website experience, and a video to Dear Future Team AP Bio. In addition, I also have updates from 2021, which goes from college, volleyball, and family. I really enjoyed creating my homepage as I thought it made it unique from my other teammates and it could just be for me. My favorite unit of them all would have to be season 2, viruses and human impacts. I was so interested during this unit because it had to do so much with our recent life. Due to the pandemic, everything about viruses and the impacts on humanity had to do with the coronavirus. We learned about how viruses are transmitted, how other people can catch them, as well as different ways to prevent the spread and protect ourselves. So here's a 30-second clip of the unit project that we had done from season 2, which answered my curious driving question of how do seasons impacts the flu, viruses, and vaccines. I was super proud of this presentation as I went into in-depth analysis about the influenza virus and the vaccine for the flu, and how they were all affected by the seasons changing, and did so in a creative and engaging way. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to this week's episode on Kelly's Corner, where we talk about everything under the sun, or for this week, under the nose. Achoo! Yes, you guessed it. We will be talking about viruses and specifically the effects of what time of the year you get the virus. Now, let's get down to the basics. A virus is defined as a non-living infectious agent of molecules that occupies the host cells in animals, plants, and bacteria. Now, an example of a virus that I can assure you almost everyone has gotten is the flu. The flu or influenza virus is a viral infection that attacks the lungs, nose, and throat. I really love this presentation and I hope you do too. You can check it out on my website. Another post I wanted to highlight was my blog post that reflected on the documentary we watched called Ghost in Your Genes, which discussed epigenetics and the human genome. I wanted to show this reflection because I liked how thorough I was as I discussed the role of epigenetics in the nurturing of mice, as well as the slight differences in identical twins. I also made connections to one of the projects that I did earlier in the semester in the Genetic Symposium project. I really value having these reflections as I am able to go back and reflect on my past work and make connections to my present work that what I'm doing. I think that there has been a huge change in my blogging posts from the start of August to the end of June. In the beginning of the year, I struggled with trying to find my voice while blogging. I thought it was a little awkward to do, and I didn't know how to write in an academic way, yet be casual at the same time. However, as we began to do more posts, I got more comfortable with the fact of being an actual blogger and began developing my voice. Now, my blogging skills have improved significantly. I would say that I had added a personal touch to my posts, yet provide evidence and reasoning to whatever I write. One of my favorite things that has now become my signature is at the beginning of my post, I write, "This week, Team AP Bio," and explain what we did and how it is connected in biology. I really liked writing this as it set me up for every post while simultaneously giving me a signature touch. Although I loved creating my website, there were challenges that I faced. One main challenge I had was knowing the difference between pages and posts. For the first month of blogging, I created a new page for everywhere a post should have been. This was really frustrating at the time because I didn't know the drop-down menu was and how it wasn't working for me. However, after watching videos and collaborating with teammates, I was able to turn my pages into posts and have all my work be saved. Another challenge I faced was formal commentator. My formal commentator was my mom, and she did an amazing job commenting on all my blog posts and investigations. However, there were often times that she would forget when to or how to comment. This challenge was frustrating as I would often think she had commented. However, my note on PowerSchool said to upload a comment. My mom and I overcame this challenge as I wrote in her calendar when posting different comments, as well as texted her to remind her. Even though there are challenges that are associated with creating one's website, a piece of advice that I would recommend to Team Future AP Bio is to know the different parts of WordPress early in the year. By doing so, students will be able to use more creative tools in their posts and take their blogging to the next level. Another piece of advice I would give is to stay on top of each post you have. Oftentimes, there will be multiple posts due at the same time. I would highly recommend spacing out each post as it will get overwhelming to do them all at once. The last piece of advice I would give is to ask questions if you're confused about anything. Your teammates, as well as Ms. Gerard, will always be willing to help. Team AP Bio is a very close knit group of students, and the support that comes from this is so beneficial. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so grateful to have been able to be part of such an amazing team with all of you. I will never forget Team AP Bio 2020 to 2021, and thank you all for making it so memorable. I wish you all the best in the future and know that there are great things on the horizon.